Hello everyone. In previous video we have seen the introduction to this chapter. We have learned the types of transducer. Now we will start with the first type of transducer of this chapter, which is called as thermistor. So here we are going to learn what actually is thermistor, what is used to make the construction of thermistor, what are the applications, how it looks like, and all the characteristics etc. We are going to learn everything in detail about the thermistor. So let's start with what is thermistor. So here you can see this is a symbol of thermistor. This is nothing but the symbol of thermistor. So the word thermistor is divided into two parts, or we can divide the thermistor as thermal resistor. Thermistor is made up of two words combined together called as thermal plus resistor. Thermal and resistor combines together to form a single word called as thermistor. So a thermistor is a resistance thermometer. As it consists of two words, thermal resistor, it is a type of resistor, we can say. So thermistor is a type of resistor. So we know resistors are nothing but the opposition to the flow of current is given by resistors, and the opposition is called as resistance. So similarly, this thermistor is a type of resistor, so it will provide some opposition to the current. So but it is a type of thermal resistor. Thermal means whose resistance will change with respect to the temperature. So thermistor or thermal resistor is nothing but it is a type of transducer whose resistance changes with respect to the change in the temperature. So here is a definition of thermistor. A thermistor is a resistance thermometer or a resistor whose resistance is dependent on temperature. So in simple terms we can say thermistor is a transducer whose resistance changes with the change in temperature. As the temperature of the thermistor goes on changing, the resistance changes automatically in case of thermistor. So the term is a combination of thermal and resistor, as I have already told. So it is made up of metallic oxide. So now thermistor is nothing but you have to remember it is a thermal plus resistor, that is it is a type of resistor whose resistance changes with change in the temperature. So how it is possible, how the resistance of this thermistor changes with a change in the temperature? So it is due to the fact that when the thermistor is constructed, the materials which are used or the composition which is used to make the thermistor are of such materials which react to the changes in the temperature. Means while constructing the thermistor, we have to use such materials or such metallic oxides that these metallic oxides will react to the changes in the temperature. When such materials are used for making the thermistor, then automatically thermistor changes its resistances due to the change in the temperature. So this thermistor is a type of, as here the resistance changes due to the change in temperature, so it is a type of resistance transducer, which is again a type of passive transducer. So we know passive transducer requires the external power supply for conversion of one form of energy into another. So here in this thermistor, the changes in the temperature, as the temperature goes on changing of the thermistor, resistances will change. So we have to use the metallic oxides such as in this thermistor, materials such as copper, cobalt, nickel, manganese are used. So the materials such as copper, cobalt, manganese are used to make the thermistor. So these are the materials or these are the metallic oxides which reacts or which changes its resistances due to the change in the temperature. So how thermistor is formed? So to construct a thermistor, the small powdered mixture of all these metals, so the metals such as cobalt, copper or nickel, these materials are made into powdered form, or the powdered form of this material is taken, and then this powdered form of this metallic oxide is pressed into the different shapes such as bead shape, disc shape or cylindrical shape, and all this composition after pressing under a huge pressure or after pressing them into the bead disc or cylindrical shape, all these materials are encapsulated with an impermeable material such as epoxy or glass. So here the word impermeable means the waterproof material. So this glass or epoxy are the waterproof material. So what is done to construct a thermistor? Initially the metallic oxides such as nickel, copper, cobalt and manganese etc. are taken. These are taken into a powdered form. They are taken into the powder form, and then the mixture of the powder is pressed, and they are pressed under a high pressure, and then they are formed into the shapes like bead shape, disc shape or cylindrical shape. Once these shapes are formed by using the metallic oxide, this entire assembly is then encapsulated with a waterproof or impermeable material such as epoxy or glass. So this is how the thermistor is constructed. So now, depending on this construction and depending upon the materials used, there are two types of thermistors available. First one is negative temperature coefficient and second is positive temperature coefficient, that is NTC and PTC. So there are two types of thermistors available, NTC1 and PTC1. NTC thermistors are the most widely used thermistors and PTC thermistors are used rarely in case of the fuses. So what is NTC and what is PTC, that we will learn now. So with an NTC thermistor, when temperature increases, resistance decreases. As NTC stands for negative temperature coefficient, when temperature increases, resistance decreases. Means in NTC type thermistor, the temperature and resistances are inversely proportional to each other. That is, when temperature increases, the resistance decreases. Conversely, when temperature decreases, resistance increases. This type of thermistor is used most widely. So in NTC thermistor, the temperature and resistances are inversely proportional to each other, and it is most widely used type of thermistor. And second one is nothing but PTC, positive temperature coefficient, which is exactly opposite to that of NTC. That is, when temperature increases, resistance also increases, and when temperature decreases, resistance also decreases, and this type of thermistors are used as a fuse. So in PTC, the temperature and resistances are directly proportional to each other. So this is how there are two types of thermistors available in the market depending upon their material used. So thermistors are available in the ranges from -100 degrees Celsius to +300 degrees Celsius. Means we can use thermistors from negative temperature, that is -100 degrees Celsius to +300 degrees Celsius, and their resistances are available from the ranges of 0.5 ohm to 75 mega ohm. This is the range of resistances available with the thermistors. So now here in this diagram you can see different forms of thermistors are there, and here is the 3D view of the thermistors you can see. So first type is nothing but here bead type. So bead type thermistors are nothing but like this oval shape. In this, the composition or the powdered mixture of cobalt, nickel, aluminum, manganese is used, and then it is coated with a glass on the upper side, and then two wires are taken out, and then the two lead wires are taken out to make the connection with the help of thermistor in the circuit. So this is the bead type of thermistor. So next is a probe type. In probe type, the outer coating of glass is big, and inside there is a powder mixture of different materials, and then lead wires are taken out. Similarly, we have disc type, washer type and rod type. So these are the different types of thermistors available, and these thermistors look like this. This is a view of the different types of thermistors available. So these are the thermistors. These are the disc type, bead type. Here are the leads of the thermistors to connect them into the circuit. This is the again disc type one. So these are different thermistors available in the market. So this is how the thermistor looks like. So now NTC type of thermistors are the mostly used type of thermistors. So this is a graph of the NTC type of thermistor. So in this graph you can see on y-axis we have resistances in ohms, and on x-axis we have temperature in degrees Celsius. So here in this graph temperature varies from 0 to 300 and resistance is from 1 ohm to 10,000 ohm. So you can see NTC means as temperature increases the resistance go on decreasing. So as our temperature is increasing on x-axis, resistances are decreasing on the y-axis, and so we get such type of a graph. So this graph is called as a non-linear graph for the NTC type of thermistor. As the relation between the resistance and temperature is inversely proportional, we get a non-linear graph between the resistance and temperature for the NTC type of the thermistor. So this is how the graph of thermistor is, which is of the type NTC. Next is the applications of thermistors. So the applications of thermistors are first applications, these are compact and it can be used in digital thermometers. So these thermistors are used in the digital thermometers to detect the temperature. As the temperature goes on varying in the digital thermometers, its resistances of the thermistors goes on changing. Next, it is used in automotive industry to measure temperature of the coolant. In many of the automation industries where the coolant is required for big machineries, we require a coolant to cool the temperature or to maintain the temperature of that machineries. In such cases, thermistor is used as a sensor. If the temperature of that particular machine goes above the level, above the specified level, then immediately thermistor gives us resistance of the thermistor changes to gives us the indication. So this is how it is used in automotive industry, and oil in the trucks as well as in the cars. So for coolant and as well as oil, to measure oil, they are used in the trucks as well as in cars. They are also used in household applications such as ovens and refrigerators to increase or decrease the amount of heat. In domestic applications such as ovens or refrigerators, they are used to increase or decrease the amount of heat. They are also used to protect the circuits from overloading effect. Means in certain circuits there occurs the overloading effect due to the increase in the temperature. The output of that circuit goes on varying. So this overloading effect can be avoided by using by connecting thermistors in them. And last is in the circuits of Wheatstone bridge rechargeable battery electronic devices circuits, thermistors are utilized. So here are the applications of thermistors. From these applications you can see the thermistors are most widely used type. Mostly the NTC types are used most widely in many of the different applications related to automation industry as well as in the domestic application. Thermistors are used. Next, their advantages. Due to their advantages, that is, they are easy to use, they are inexpensive, and they respond quickly. Due to all these such advantages, thermistors are most widely used type of the transducers. And disadvantage is that there is only two disadvantages of thermistor. That is, they cannot work with too hot or too cold climate. If the climate surrounding temperature of the thermistor is too hot or too cold, there they cannot work. And second is non-linear response of the NTC type. So this is all regarding the thermistor type of the transducer. So this is how the transducer works. So in our next lecture we will go with the second type of transducer. Thank you.